Hello and welcome to our Getting Started video for the Gold ATS. Today we're going to show you how to add your Gold ATS to a chart, go over the settings, and give you everything you need to start running your gold automated trading system. Once we have our gold chart open, we're going to right click on the chart. We're going to right click on the chart and select strategies. We're going to select Gold ATS and click new so that it appears in this box below, and this will indicate what strategies you have loaded onto this particular instrument. Once it is loaded onto this chart, we'll see the options on the right hand side, and now we can edit these settings. First, we'll go over the basics of what you need to get started with Gold ATS. First is our entry options section. This will dictate the start time, the stop time, and a lunch duration if we choose to add one. First, we have our start time. I'm just going to change mine to 8 a.m. And a note about the start time is that it will start whenever your computer clock reaches this time. So if your computer clock is on Pacific time, but you want it to start at market open, which would be 9 a.m. Eastern, you'll need to set the start time to 6 a.m. to account for the time zone difference. Where if you start yours at 9 a.m. and you're in Pacific time, it will actually start at noon Eastern time, and we'll be halfway through the trading day by then. And we'll set our stop time to 14:15 or 2:15. Now at lunchtime, we can put any time we want in here as long as it's between our start and stop times. So I'll leave this one set at 11:30. So this means my Gold ATS will begin trading at 9 a.m. At 11:30, it will take a break, and the amount of time we want the lunch break to last, we need to put in the lunch duration, and this will be in the number of minutes. So I want mine to sit out for an hour. I'm going to set my lunch duration to 60. So then once 11:30 hits, Gold ATS will stop trading for 1 hour and begin trading again at 12:30 and end trading at 2:15 p.m. And you can adjust these however you like. If you only want to run it for the first few hours of the market, totally up to you. Now your Gold ATS will consider news. Here we have medium. So the lowest priority is the news it looks for. So since we have this set to medium priority news, it will sit out for any medium priority news or high priority news. It will look for news every 10 minutes. That's the refresh interval. And within minutes is the amount of minutes it will not trade if there is a news event. So if it sees there is a medium priority news announcement at, say, 10 a.m., it will not trade from 9:55 to 10:05. So 5 minutes before and 5 minutes after the time of a news announcement. We can also add specific keywords. If we click the new skip keywords collection, and here we can enter any specific keywords we want to look out for. And then if there is news regarding that specific keyword, it will sit out for that as well. Our trading days are set to default Monday through Friday. If you want it to sit out for a specific day, you can simply set one of these to false, and it will not trade on that day. Next, we come to our trade management. Our first setting is move to break even, and this is regarding our post target stop. So after the Gold ATS hits its initial profit target of 6 ticks, it will adjust the stop on the remaining contract to break even, and this will be our runner. Now, if you wish to adjust to a stop other than break even, we will need to set move to break even to false, and the post target stop tick to however many ticks below break even we wish to move. So if we want to move our post target stop to break even minus 2 ticks or 2 ticks below break even, we'll set our post target stop ticks to 2. And this will give us a little bit of wiggle room for the runner to continue. Enable trade timer. This by default is set to true. This will cause your Gold ATS to close a trade if it is in a trade heading into a designated lunch duration or its designated stop time for the day. So we don't want to carry in a trade after market hours where the margins are higher and risk possibly getting a margin call. Next, we have our ignore 200 EMA. Your Gold ATS will consider the 200 EMA. If this is set to true, we will trade right into the 200 EMA as if it wasn't there. If we don't wish to trade into the 200 EMA, we'll set this to false. And if we do not have enough room to hit our profit target before the price hits the 200 EMA, Gold ATS will not enter that trade. The initial stop ticks is set to 22. Our target ticks is set to 6. This is our initial profit target for the first 2 contracts. And the total trade size is set to 3. And your Gold ATS is programmed to take 2/3 of the number of contracts here off at your profit target and leave the remaining contracts in as your runner. So in the case of 3 contracts, we'll remove 2 at our initial profit target of 6 ticks, and we'll leave 1 as an opportunity to catch a runner. If we have a total trade size of 6, Gold ATS will remove 4 contracts at our initial target of 6 ticks and leave the remaining 2 as our runner contracts. Account is where you will change this from Sim 101 to your live account once you are ready to go live with Gold ATS. Calculate on bar close should be left to true. This is the default setting. Input series will simply be the instrument that it is loaded on, and the rest should be left to their default settings. Once we have our settings adjusted to how we like, we'll change enable to true and click OK. And we'll have an order confirmation window pop up letting us know that since this is an automated trading strategy, it will be placing orders without our confirmation. Click OK. And then we can see up towards the top left corner of the chart, we'll see that Gold ATS is listed, letting us know that this strategy is active. And you will also notice that your Gold ATS will apply markers for historical trades that it would have attempted to enter. And some other things to point out. If we disable our Gold ATS while it is still on the chart, if we look again in the top left corner, we will see a capital D in parentheses. This just lets us know that our Gold ATS is on the chart, but it is currently disabled. While it is disabled, it will not look for trades. Now that we've gone over some of the basic settings and how to add Gold ATS to a chart and enable it, I would like to go over some additional beta features we have added. And I'm going to disable my Gold ATS for the time being so I can adjust the settings. You will not be able to adjust any of the settings if the strategy is currently enabled. And I'll scroll up to the top and I can see here my beta options. Now these beta options are for testing purposes only before they are fully enacted, so we do not recommend using them on live accounts. Our check extreme level, this will qualify a trade more strictly and will not qualify a trade if our direction indicator is at an extreme range. Next, we have our check EMA order. With this set to true, our Gold ATS will only take a trade if our background is indicating that our EMAs are in the correct order. So it will appear a red background if our EMAs are in the correct order for a short trade, and green if they are in the correct order for a long trade. So this will also qualify the trades more strictly. So with these settings turned on, you will notice that you will take fewer trades because they are qualified more strictly, although the trades that the Gold ATS does take will be more strongly qualified. Next, we have our check OHLC setting. With this set to true, the Gold ATS will not take a trade heading into the low or high of the day. So if we are too close to the low, if we don't have enough room to hit our profit target before we hit the high or low of the day, Gold ATS will not enter that trade. Now, what if we want to be a bit more cautious heading into the low of the day, but once we break out and we have strong signs of the trend continuing, what if we have an opportunity to enter the trade then? Then we'll want to set allow breakouts to true. This will enable the Gold ATS to look to enter trades after we break through an established low or high of the day. Once it seems that we're clear of a possible support or resistance point, we will start looking to enter trades again. And again, these are beta options. They're there for our testing on sim or back testing. And while they do qualify the trades more strictly, with these settings enabled, you will find that there are less trades taken overall, but the trades they do take are more strongly qualified. So you're likely to see a higher win ratio for these trades, but as we limit our risk, we also limit our potential for profits over time. Thank you for joining us on our Getting Started video for the Gold ATS. Join us next time as we go over market replay and backtesting.